Hello friends, welcome back to CCSP certified channel. Today I am covering the lecture 4 of the topic 3, that is cloud concepts, and we have already covered the cloud deployment models, service models and cloud characteristics in the first 3 lecture. Fourth lecture is on share, limit and reservations, and I would like to inform that this is topic 3. I already covered topic 1 and topic 2. Topic 1 was encryption. Topic 2 was identity access management. Those are very important topics. Revise them before coming to topic 3. You can expect around 25 to 30 questions from topic 1 and topic 2. Topic 3 is a cloud concept. There is no separate topic in the syllabus as a cloud concept, but I have identified most important cloud properties and created a topic 3 as a series. You can expect around 10 to 15 questions from this lectures. So lecture 1, 2, 3 already covered. Lecture 4 is very important now. There is a share and limit and reservation. So before we start the topic 4, I would like to cover the peace of mind activity. You might have seen this in other videos also, but I will do a quick recap of this. This is the best way to write CCSP exam or any ISC square exam. The reason is that you get a free attempt, second free attempt in case you are not able to qualify in the first attempt. So these dates may vary the time you watching these videos. The offer will remain same as a peace of mind. I will share the link of this in the URL. You can keep following this to get the latest offer. Current offer is that if you enroll for exam by 30th of April, you may write first exam by 15th of May. And in case you don't qualify, you have a chance to rewrite this by July 15. So it is always a better offer, because if you go with a relaxed mind, you most probably qualify in the first attempt only, as I did, and many of my students already has qualified in the first attempt only. And in case you don't qualify, still you have a second attempt, you get a fair idea of the exam and your weak topics. So better, whenever you plan for writing exams, wait for the peace of mind offer. Also, I conduct my classes according to the peace of mind offer to avail this offer. So I have started a weekday batch that will start, that is already started on from 11th April onward. It will go till 10th May. Approximate 25 classes is part of this course, and my timing is a 4 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. IST. And this is for working professionals. So I will share the classroom recording also on a private YouTube, and I support multilingual also. If you are comfortable in Hindi, we can do some discussion in Hindi also. If majority of the audience want English, we can go with English also. If the timing you watching this video, this timing has passed, you can write me at the ccspcertified@gmail.com to know the latest batch information. So in these batches, I will not only give the classroom guidance, but test papers, test series, PPTs, and definitely my guidance. You will able to crack the exam in first attempt only if you enroll for this one. I have offered one more service in case you are not able to join dedicated classes because of the work-life balance, office timings, and other reasons. You can purchase my recordings, and couple of students already purchased and passed recently. You can check my LinkedIn profile to see their feedback. So this in this I am uploading the classroom recordings. One of this recording link is there. I will share this in the video content also, and you can get fair idea how I'm teaching from this recording, and you can purchase this with a nominal rate. I will share this recording, test papers, PPTs, and my guidance to you if you purchase this online videos. Now we come to the topic of the day, that is limit, share, and reservation. What this all and why we these are required, we'll cover in this. So we have seen that in cloud or even any computer based uh, processing, the CPUs and the memories play a very important role. What is the number of CPUs allocated and what is the memory allocated to the machine, the VM that you are spinning off or on? That's very important. And we have seen there's a resource pooling. We have a pool of the resources, and that is being shared in between multiple customers. So even a larger or bigger CSP also cannot have infinite resources. There will be always a limit on the number of resources they accumulate, whether it is a Google, Microsoft, Oracle. They have a limit on the reason they can accumulate the resources. So there will be how the resource utilization will be there. If it is not properly configured, a single VM can exhaust a host resources and leaving others VMs out of luck. For these reasons, the three concepts, reservation, limit, and shares, they offers the contextual ability for administrators to allocate the computer resources of a host. And the one more concept is resource exhaustions. As we have seen, that this is another risk related to multi-tenancy in resource pooling. Resource can be adjusted when an organization is denied resource because the resources are being completely consumed by other tenant or tenants, and that can be a malicious or not, but there are situations that can be intentionally or unintentionally the resources get exhausted. And the one of the example is cryptojacking and the denial of service attack. The cryptojacking, when an attacker use a malware or some way to steal the CPU utilization, so they can use your CPU power to do a crypto mining. So you are not aware, you are not utilizing the resources, but your resources can be used by these malicious activities to do some activity which is not something you have planned. So like your CPU can be used to do a crypto mining, and it will keep adding the CPUs and other resources, and not only it will increase the billing for you, but also it may create a situation where other VM cannot get the required CPU if they need for auto scaling. Same way as a denial of service attacks, where DDoS is a distributed denial of service attack when from multiple resources we can hit the website or the application and make it slow. So because of this, our auto scaling feature will keep on adding the resources, memory and CPUs, and it will not only increase your billing, but it will create a situation where other VMs will not able to add the resources. So to control these situations, we have a reservation, limit, and shares. We'll cover them one by one. This diagram is very good example to understand that what is reservation, what is limit, and what is share. But we'll come to this in the last. First, we can quickly understand the concept first. So reservation is a minimum guarantee of a resources to a customer within a cloud environment, whether it is CPU or RAM or both. So we can give a minimum memory or minimum CPU will be allocated, whether it is a multiple customers requesting for the resources, still you have a minimum guarantee. So reservation is a very important feature in cloud environment because they can help protect customer against the denial of service due to the other resources intensive tenants. We will see a scenario based situation in the slide, how the denial of service happens, but the reservation is the way we can that help denial of service. And reservation, if we give an example here, like you have a 10 GB memory and you want to configure VM and such that 1 GB is reservation. So even though you spin up 10 machines, each will have a 1 GB as a reservation guarantee. So at least 1 GB will be allocated to each VM. This ensure. And so without reservation, even single VM can consume whole 10 GB and other machine will not able to run. So reservation will give you a guarantee that at least you will able to run the business with the minimum resources required to you. The limit is the upper limit. The limit is a limit. Limit creates a maximum ceiling for a resource allocation defined in either memory or CPU based. So on memory, the limit defines that what is the maximum amount of physical memory that virtual machine can use. And limits are particularly useful in the development environments. We have seen the developer can keep on adding the resources. We have seen the serverless architecture also, where resource developer need not to worry about the number of CPU memories or the RAM allocated to the systems. So in those developer environment, if the limit is not defined, there can be a high cost. So when cost supersede with the other considerations, when cost is the biggest factors, then we defined a limit. And also limit is useful for the resource contention. We have seen that even one VM can intentionally and unintentionally consume all the resources, then limit can help on that billing part also and the resource existence also. So the simple example, let's have a 10 GB. Same example, we have a 10 GB memory on the physical memory, and virtual machine we have defined limit as a 5 GB. So any VN can consume 5 maximum 5 GB. Without limit, even a single VM can consume whole 10 GB, and other machine will not able to run. So limit defines the maximum allocation that a machine can have. Others can run same time. The last one is shares. So we have seen that even the bigger CSP also has a limited resources, and if the auto scaling happening and resource intensive tenants and customers are there, they will all ask for the maximum resources based on the limit they have. So let's say limit is 5 GB, but still the total memory is 10 GB. If the two or three customer ask for the 5 GB each, CPU CSP will not able to assign the allocate the resources. In that case, then the share play a role. The number of shares determine which VM will get resources when there is a resource contention is there. The amount of resource represented by each share changes when a new virtual machine is powered on. This affects all the virtual machine. Shares are typically specified as high, normal, or low. High, normal, or low specified share value like 8, 4, 1. These ratios they have defined for each machine, and based on this, the criticality of the resources required to each machine, they allocate the resources. If the machine need more resources, so even there is a 5 GB each machine is requesting. In this scenario, there is total 10 GB, limit is 5 GB, so each machine is requesting 5 GB. So then it will be allocated based on the number of shares ratio they have. One may get 3 GB, one may get 2 GB, one may get 1 GB. No one will get a 5 GB because of there is a resource contentions. So we'll go back to the diagram one more time, which we have left. So reservation, we have seen it is a minimum guarantee that will be available to every machine. So minimum guarantee even when the system overloaded. So there will be at least some of the rejection should be less than capacity. So let's say we have guaranteed minimum as if 1 GB each, but there will be total 10 GB and there will be 15 machine. Definitely the minimum guarantee will not work. So with the capacity, whole the sum of the reservation should be less than capacity. Limit is upper limit that maximum a particular machine can consume maximum of the resources. Definitely it also must be less than capacity. And the shares is if the multiple customers are asking for the resources based on the maximum limits, this can define a ratio in which the resources will be allocated. And now we come to two important scenarios. We'll discuss how this will applicable. Scenario one, so let's say we have a 100,000 GB RAM and reservation is set as a 10 GB and the limit is 200 GB. So if we spin up 10 machines, first 10 into 10 100 GB will be reserves and only 900 GB will be available for the limit purpose. So reservation give the minimum resource guarantee. If we don't set it, uh, then if the 5 machines need 200 GB, they will consume all 1000 GB RAM. So they can have a resources as a 900 GB only to consume. So even the 5 machine request for the 2 GB as their limit, still they have a 900 to allocate because 100 GB is reserved. So reservation is along with the limit to overcome the denial of the service situation that we have discussed during the reservation. This reservation is very important for the denial of service situation. Post reservation 90 GB is 900 GB is left. If 5 or more machine needs 200 GB RAM, then now the role of share will be in a picture because they will need more than 1000 GB of the resources and they have a maximum 900 GB resource available. Then they will resources will be allocated based on the shares they have. And just to understand, the keywords are reservation, limit, and shares. There is nothing like priorities or others. They confuse you with the keywords. Understand the keywords. There are only three keywords: reservation, limit, and shares. Shares will come in the picture when there is a resource contention is there. In scenario 4, let's say there are 4 machine who is requesting 200 GB RAM and 100 GB is already reserved as a reservation. So then each will get their 100% of the resources because the demand is less than the resources we have. So remember, share is only handled when there is a resource contention. If there is no contentions, even though they have a ratio like 4 is to 2 is to 1, each will give their 100% of the demand if there will be resource available. So CSP want that the maximum profit. Definitely, even though you have a low priority or low ratio and you want 200 GB to be allocated, they will assign you if there is no resource contention in the market or the VM. So we'll see few questions here, 5 questions as we already always see in the other topics also. So we'll see 5 questions and will be 1 or 2 questions from this topic in the exam. So first question is, which of the following is a method for apportioning resource that involves setting guaranteed minimums for all tenant resources within the environment? So we have seen that guaranteed minimum comes with the reservation. Reservation gives the minimum guarantee. So that answer is a straightforward reservation. The following is, which of the following can be used to properly apportion cloud resources except. So we have seen that the CCSP asks for the concept and they also ask for the exact keyword that is being should be used. So we have seen that reservation is the one of the option. We have seen the limits and we have seen the shares also. So there is a no priority keyword we have read during our course, and that's why the answer will be priority. And those shares use priority, but the keyword is shares. So we have to remember that in exam we have to use the exact keyword that is being used for the concept. The third one is, which of the following is a method for apportioning resources that involves setting maximum uses amount for all tenants customer within the environment. So maximum limit we have already seen, it is a limit that is defined the maximum resources that can be allocated to each tenant in an environment. The next one is, which of the following is a method for apportioning resource that involve prioritizing resource request to resource contention situations. We already have seen that when there is a resource contentions, the shares can help to resolve the issues. Definitely there is no cancellation there. Shares is the answer for these questions. So we'll go with the option B. The last one is, which of the following can be used for protecting cloud customer for denial of service attack against another customer hosted in the same cloud? So we have seen that DOS attack reservation can help to reduce the DOS attacks because it will give the minimum guarantee each VMs will get at least those resources. So just to remember, in exam question will be concept will be same, but there might be slight change in the language. Question can be more complex. They can have a more situation before that. There is a customer who identify that resources got exhausted. They cannot spin up the machine. Like this, CSP, what CSP should do, they should apply reservation concept, limit concept. That way they frame the question. But question may be new, but concept will be same. Always read the question properly and try to use the concept that is being taught in the classes or the videos. Thank you. Like the channel, subscribe the channel so you don't miss any of the videos. You can follow me, write me for if you have any query. Thank you. Bye.